Hello, hello. Welcome. How are we doing today? A diplomat? Oh! Yes. Hello, Terra. I haven't played Infinite Lagrange for like a year now. I got a bit addicted to it and was really kind of addicted to spending money on it, so I've kind of gotten away from that, thankfully. So yes, let me get going here. I need to put some music on. Let's try this one actually. Where is the thing I'm looking for? Where is it? Right there. That one. There we go. All right, so welcome. Yeah, I wish I could have sold my account or something. That would have been awesome, man. I would have got so much. I would have been rich. I actually do wonder how much I spent on that game. Honestly, it's insane. Anyway, so Jesus. Yeah, I was pretty bad as well, so I got super unlucky and I just spent a bunch, so yeah. Oh, nice. That's awesome. Congrats, man. So, today we have this thing, or I built this thing before the stream. This is the, what did I call it again? Let's find out. What is it called? Oh, I have it actually in this menu somewhere. Ah, yes, the UDAS, the Universal Docking Assistant Spacecraft. So this is to help us with docking, and it's going to be important sort of in today's stream because we are going to be hopefully sending up some, or making a new making a station basically, or making a custom space station. So that's what I'm going to be doing today, hopefully. I'm just fixing my screens real quick. There we go. Actually, let me just turn my volume down because there's a bit of static. No, that's not the one I want. It's this one. There we go. Hopefully I will be loud enough. I will put my mic right to my face just so it's fine. Right, so yeah, so this is the UDAS, Universal Docking Assistant Spacecraft. So I built this for a new spacecraft that I built off stream. I know I should have built these on stream, but I just wanted to build something and it took a while. So this is what I built. This is a giant rocket. It's actually, I think, similar size to the 3DS. Yes, it is. So these are very similar size, except this one is cheaper, much cheaper, and it is purpose built specifically for getting this to orbit, which is a giant fuel tank. This is 180 tons when it's full of Kerolox, and it can get this to orbit, which is kind of insane, honestly. And it's only 200 or 120 million, and that's including the fuel. So if we take the fuel out, hang on a second. Oh wow, okay, yeah, the fuel is worth nothing compared to the rest of the rocket. But I primarily will probably be bringing up hydrogen. As you can see here, we have hydrogen. Yeah, it does look a lot like an Ariane 6. That wasn't the intention. It was actually intended to look like the Chinese. I don't know what it's called. I honestly have no clue what the Chinese rocket is called, but it's the fully solid one. Except this one isn't fully solid, but it is meant to look like that one Chinese fully solid rocket. I was originally going to make it fully solid, but then I thought that would be quite a challenge. So we've got a liquid engine in the middle. It's running on hydrolox, and it's a full flow staged engine. So yeah, and then we have a second stage with two engines because it was a bit underpowered with one engine, and those are actually pressure fed engines if I recall correctly. Oh, they're floating. Oh, whoops. That's not meant to happen. There we go. They were meant to be floating. Right, so yeah. So it's meant to take this giant fuel tank up to orbit, and this will be what we will refuel our space station, which will be our refueling platform in space. This is what we'll use to refuel that. And this universal docking assistance thing is basically the spacecraft that is used to take this to the space station. It has RCS all over it. It has solar panels because it's meant to be on orbit for quite a while, and it's got solar panels and a gyroscope and all the stuff you need for spacecraft. So this is our cheap refueling rocket. That's why it's got these 4 giant solid rocket motors on it. Absolutely enormous solid rocket motors. That's what that's for. So yeah, this thing's pretty cheap. Yeah, I mean, I think someone said it was the most Kerbal rocket ever, so that's kind of what that one Chinese rocket is. Yeah, so we're not going to launch this yet because we are going to first of all we need to launch the space station, and I haven't built the space station, so that's what we might do this stream, is build the space station or build parts of the space station and launch them up. It's going to be in super low Earth or low Drew orbit. I don't know why I said Earth. It's going to be super low Drew orbit because we don't want to, because this thing, we want to give the docking support vehicle here the easiest target to hit because it struggles. It's not very powerful on purpose, but also because we want it to be universal and all that. It's not super powerful. So we want the station to stay in low orbit, and it helps us if we're going to make SSTOs that will refuel at the platform. Making sure that this is super light, it will hopefully work pretty well. So yeah, that's the idea. So we are going to build a space station for this rocket, or for this fuel tank actually. It's not going to be a big station, and we're going to launch it on, I don't know what, because I don't know how big I want this station to be. So I think this module is 3 meters wide. Yeah, so 3.4 meters wide is how big that fuel tank is. So we're going to we need some big fuel tanks on this station, and so we will get those. I think the 3D is going to be what launches them, possibly. Either that or this. This spacecraft could definitely launch them. But this spacecraft is also very overpowered, so we don't want to be launching super overpowered payloads. We might actually use this one to launch the payload. So let's drop a... actually, how wide is this spacecraft? That's a good point. This is also about 3 meters wide, so that's perfect. So let's drop a... No, we can't because this command chip is on there. Who built this rocket, man? This sucks. There we go. Doesn't matter if it's offset, really. So drop an interstage. Oh, hi, Reknarek. I literally didn't read that for some reason. How are you doing? By the way, I probably should say this since I haven't really said anything about it recently. I am trying to work on getting my channel remonetized because YouTube decided to be silly and do silly things. And they're meant to have sent me a letter, but I haven't been sent it for months, so I need to get on support and tell them to hurry up because I'm making all these streams and not earning a penny from it. So, and I'm obviously playing the music right now, and that's costing money. That is coming out of my pocket. So and also YouTube owes me a bunch of money from the money that I didn't claim from the members and all that. So there's that as well. So yeah, anyway. Over it, yeah. So, let's build this station. I don't know what... This station isn't going to be super impressive. It's just going to be similar to... what is it called? Let me turn this off. That might be why it's lagging. Probably not. That probably won't help, actually, because everybody in my house is using the Wi-Fi, and yeah. Hopefully it's not lagging too bad. Yeah, Skylab, you actually took it out of my head. I was like, what am I talking about right now? Yeah, you took it out of my head. It's going to be similar to Skylab. It's not going to have crew, or it might have a small crew module, but the crew isn't the important part. It's the fuel. It's basically going to be an autonomous refueling station in low Drew orbit. So it's going to look similar to Skylab. Yeah, you're right. But not be like Skylab. It's not going to be like the stage with the the stuff in it and all that. Every starship that lands that I've ever used uses gyros. Like, there's always a hidden gyro somewhere in there. Every single time, like without fail, I'll find a hidden gyro in there. Is it possible with the engines at RCS only? I don't know, because I always find the gyroscope in there. Anyway, so we're gonna build it using these because I like the aesthetic. We're gonna want a propulsion module. We might just launch this entire station in one go, or at least the core module and the propulsion module. We might just launch in one launch, just because this rocket is so powerful. And these parts are pretty much purely structural parts. They can hold fuel, but they're not really meant to hold fuel. So they're just kind of structural parts. So that's kind of the idea here. In fact, because they're structural parts and not really meant to hold fuel, we're going to make them uniform instead of making it as if there was a liquid oxygen, whatever fuel tank. Insert generic fuel tank name or fuel name. We'll do this. This is going to be quite tall, isn't it? But it's not going to be heavy. See, we're only 2 tons on these fuel tanks, and so this thing is able to launch like 120 tons or something. It's a lot, so we should be fine. And I need to remember that this needs to use the 200 times... Oh, that's an issue. That's an issue. I didn't think about that. We're going to have to go into the tech tree. I did not think about that. No. No, it won't be there. No. Is it in here? No. No. Where is it? That's our C parts. We don't... It's not that. No. No. Oh. Okay. As much as I wanted Mega Constellation, we're going to have to unlock this one just so we can use the spacecraft, because it uses a 200% docking port, and we don't have those until we just unlock them now. So now we have 200% docking ports. So there we go. Yeah, it uses this one, not the 100%, and we couldn't get that without upgrading. I wish there was an interim with the 300%, or just, I mean, it's whatever. More control, right? That is a 4-ton docking port. Wow. And that is a 32-ton docking port. God damn. Right, so we're going to add these. And for now, I'm just going to have it really... don't do that. Don't do that. The N1's obese younger sibling. Hell yeah. We love the N1. So yeah, this is just going to look pretty much boring for now, but that's fine by me. In fact, what we could do just to make this look a little better is please resize. Is just add a little bit of depth here. Just to make it look more like a docking ports rather than just a random bit, right? There we go. That's a bit better. Yeah, they do. I'm guessing that's why the Nexus Cross payload is so heavy, actually. That might be why. Because the docking ports are so big. Oh no, I'm not. I'm not going to unsee that now. You know what I could do to make this look more like an Oreo? Or is it? Oh no. Okay, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. As much as it's funny, I'm not doing that. We want this to look nice. Also, this spacecraft is so bright. Look when I get next to it. Oh, get away from that. That's awful. Oh, you know what? I forgot to use the... Why is this stream doing... Or why is Streamlabs doing this? There we go. I forgot to use the tiles texture, similar to this. A8, okay. Just because I want this to look uniform with the rest of the style of the spacecrafts. Oh, that's an issue. Ah, it's fine. It's not what I thought it was. Okay. Right. That's fine. Let's just copy this to the other side. Not like that. Yes, exactly. My rockets aren't exactly pretty, but they function sometimes. Let's just get this done quickly. We haven't added a command chip, or any form of craft control. That's something to remember. I need to do. We're going to add some solar panels though, because we want this to be kind of like Skylab. So I'm gonna do like the small solar panel, or the big solar panel and the small solar panel. Oh, right. Of course, I can't duplicate. We don't have a command chip. I'll just drop a big one in there, and give it some batteries and some gyroscope, just for some control, because I'm not adding RCS to this module. We'll add RCS to the propulsion module. So yeah, we'll just drop that in there for now. So duplicate 2 times, put the row size down to 1. Don't make them thick. Although we could make them bigger like this way, right? Maybe we do want them thick. No, that's fine. Let's hide the base. ESA style hinge as always, because like who would not do that? Actually, we're going to make them a bit bigger as well. Something like this, I think. Maybe even bigger than that. That's a bit better. Make them the advanced ones because I like those. Purely aesthetic, not because they're better. Like they literally are better, but I prefer the aesthetic. Oh, nice. And then we'll have the smaller ones at the top. So if we have these as start open, that's a little bit too small. Also, I want these on both sides, and I want them to be rotated just so they are looking perfect like that. So now, obviously these are going to be rotated a little bit. We'll put these a bit more central, just because why not? There we go. Right, so that is the core module. We haven't added the propulsion module, which is going to be under here. And I think we're just going to go with mostly ion engines for that. What's going on here? Goofiness. Okay. So let's turn these off so they're not sticking out the side. Let's go down to the docking ports and we will add, you know what, we could actually adapt the UDAS for a propulsion module because it's already got a propulsion module, so we could just add better engines and make it longer. That might not work. No, because I want it to be ion engines, so... Let's just make a custom module, because I don't want it to be that small. As much as I like that module, I don't want it to be super small like this. Do you know who Isalas Show is? No, I don't. I don't know them. I might know them, but I forgot them. But I don't think I know them. So let's just copy this again, and we will basically just do the exact same thing we did before. Just rotate this. Or, no, it was fine, actually. We don't need to rotate it. No, we do, because it's at a stupid angle. There we go. All right. Drop that there. Well, I actually modeled a Rapier engine, or not a Rapier. It was a Sabre engine, which I think the Rapier is based off. I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. I have modeled a Sabre engine, but I haven't actually put it in the game because I just honestly couldn't be asked to do that. So, yeah. But I did model it, and it's like really terrible, but it is there. Like if anyone wants to add it, be my guest. I cannot be asked to balance another engine, I'll be honest. I balance too many engines. I've still got a Merlin or an M1D or no, M1C vacuum to balance, but that's sometime in the future. We'll just grab these tanks and resize them. And let's see. So yeah, the propulsion module is smaller. It's going to have its own tiny solar panels, and I guess we'll add a command chip to this as well. Might as well. Do something like this. And then on the bottom, we will have the actual propulsion system. And it's going to consist of 2 systems, hopefully, possibly, which is going to be... No, they're not in there. Where's my engines? There we go. 1 ion engine. 4 ion engines. One ion engines is not going to work. 4 ion engines. Wow, those look really ugly there, don't they? You know what? It's probably because of the colors. That's way too dark. Try grey. That's better. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't help that this entire thing is just white. Like one color scheme. We could try this, actually. What angle are we at? Let's go to this angle. We'll do a little sticky out bit just because we can. Oh, why did I do that? That's fine. Don't worry. You just grab these. Do something like this, right? And then add the ion engines. Yeah, that's fine. How heavy are they? Oh, they're not heavy at all. We can just add giant ion engines. And we might even just drag them down into here. And have them like that. Yeah, that's fine. That's pretty good, actually. It looks pretty good. And then we're going to add a tiny monopropellant engine. Not a never mind. No, we're not. No, we're not. Not a monopropellant engine. a pressure-fed engine. Is this a pressure? Oh, wait, no. This isn't a pressure-fed engine. Is this an electric engine? Huh, that explains a lot. Right, so, pressure-fed engine. This can be quite big because the ion thrusters shouldn't really do it. Like, they shouldn't overexpansion damage it. But I also don't want this to look ridiculous. So let's just see here. Yeah, that's too big. Maybe there. We're going to make this super low thrust because this station doesn't really need to go anywhere. Let's just check how much thrust we... Oh, that's way too low. We want like a few kilonewtons, right? Like 4 kilonewtons of thrust there. These are going on like 0 newtons, excuse me? Why is it 0 newtons? Is it because there's no fuel? Yeah, that might be why, actually. These have xenon, but they are not empty. I'm guessing it's because they are super low thrust or something? I don't know. Anyway, we're going to add another command chip to this guy. Just a small one. With some gyros and battery in it. And we're just going to copy the tiny solar panels off of this stage. Those aren't even tiny on this thing. Jesus. And I think 4 is good for this stage. So we'll have like the duplicated thing going on here. And let's rotate. We might actually even want them on this little bit here. Oh, you're right. You're right. I'm so stupid. There we go. Let's see now. Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly why they weren't working. I mean, that's quite funny that you still got like thrust at like 0.1 kilometers. You start gaining thrust on the ion engines. Insane. Right, so there we go. Yeah, we do have 14 days of 14 days of fuel or thrust and 5 kilometers of delta V. So that's quite a lot. And we can refuel this because it's a refueling station. We can come back with the refueling craft and bring some xenon with us. So that's wonderful. I thought that was an engine bell there for a second, hiding behind there. I was like, why is that so big? Yeah, so there we go. Let's get Carolox in the rest of these tanks. There we go. Well, I was like, where's Carolox at? We also want a fuel line here to make sure that is all being used. So bear in mind, the ion engines only have the fuel here, so it's not much, but it's lasting us for 14 days and giving us 5 kilometers of delta V. So if you think about it, that's quite a lot. Or is that the whole spacecraft? Yeah, that's the whole spacecraft, but we are the spacecraft, right? Oh, wow. Wait. Oh. I was like, is that how many days we can burn for now? I was like, so confused. Right, there we go. So, what else do we need? Have we done everything? Is everything good? This should be fine. We've got our... Oh, this one doesn't have Carolox. There we go. 6 tons of extra Carolox there. And we're up to 7 kilometers of delta V almost. So this is how the station's looking. And... I think what we're going to do is... Yeah. Wait, maybe. Do we want to add 2 docking ports to the side, or do we just want to dock on the top? Is a great question. I kind of want to just dock on the top, but... Oh, you know what? I just forgot. We don't have a fuel tank yet, so yeah, we're going to want to have side docking ports. So we're just going to grab this guy. And what angle are we at? We're going to drop him here. And we're going to duplicate him. Or not, apparently, the game says. Which part is attached? Or is it just because there's multiple parts attached? Right, you get off there. You get off there. And now you should be good to duplicate. Yes. Okay, let's just check that's there. That's good, right? Rotate. Attack. Let's put them on the bottom. Or we could just... No. Print them here. So we'll have 2 fuel tanks possibly on each side. Possibly. And then we'll have the refueling craft will come in here, or the craft being refueled will come here, and then we'll get fuel. So, yeah. Let's see. I think this is good. I think. The thing is we have to refuel this thing, and it's not got any RCS, so it's just going to be floating there. It does have gyroscopes, so that's kind of our only thing. So I'm going to actually make this bigger so we get bigger gyroscopes and everything. But we'll just make the gyroscopes enormous. Like we got plenty of power. We just want big gyroscopes so we can not worry too much about not having RCS. Right, so are we selected on this craft? Let's see, because we want to know how heavy this thing is in total. We are. It does have batteries. The batteries are in the command chip there, or yeah, command disk. We are 77 tons. Okay, so we can lift that, I think. We should be good. Let's connect this up. All right, looking good. Oh, wait a second. That's not looking good at all. We want to make sure this this guy is like super far out, and we also want to make sure we have auto. Whoa, no, don't do that. We want to make sure we have auto resize on, so we definitely get where we want to go, like there. All right, that looks good. So now we need to like make this fairing incredibly insane. Let's see. Yeah, so fairings. Oh no, that's an issue. Okay, it's not a super big issue. We can just do this, right? Let's make this like taller so it doesn't look super jank. And now we need to fit this guy on top somewhere. Wow, this is like a KSP rocket right now. I hope the center of mass isn't going to be an issue. Oh, look at this thing. Oh my god, look at this thing. This thing is crazy. Do we have enough thrust? I need to check that actually. Right, let's check our state. Oh, that's not correct. All right, let's check our staging first. Just add a bunch of these. So that's not correct. You get out of here. So a bunch of our ion engines are being activated, which we don't want, and our gnome engine. So we'll just get these out of here. So first stage, second stage is good, fairing is good, the interstage for that is good, and we're going to make the gnome engine go first so we can push ourselves away, because the ion engines aren't very important for when we start. So let's check our stage 1, looking good. Alright, we should be good to go to orbit. Let's just see. Oh wow, we have. I mean, that is mostly from the ion engines, I would imagine. So let's go, I guess. This is going to be interesting. We need to pick our orbit, right, when we start here. We need to pick an orbit for this refueling station to be at. I'm just taking a drink because my voice is dying from speaking so much. All right. Nighttime launch looks like. We're not doing any contracts. We do have contracts assigned, but we're not going to worry about those. Right, let's get our menus up. I did just close a bunch of menus. Which one don't we have up? That one. So keep that down there for now. I should like sort these out really, but that's fine. Currently, actually, I want trajectory right in the middle because that's the most important one. Actually, right. Yeah, we'll keep it there. All right, let's go. Look how orange that smoke is. That's awesome. That was really awesome. What the heck? That's like way cooler than normal. I mean, they did change the contrast or saturation or whatever they changed. They changed a lot of stuff. That just looks much better to me. Okay, let's start our pitching. We're going to bring up the nav sphere or nav ball and this because we want to make sure our center of mass is not going to throw us into a flip. Because you can imagine... Is it going to throw us into a flip? I think it's throwing us into a flip. I think that's exactly what it's doing, right? Yep. How did I see this? How did I see that coming? You know what? We might be fine if we just do a flip and then keep going. Come on. Nope, you're going to do another flip. Why? Why you got to be like this? We're still going upwards. Okay, now we're not going to be going upwards. Yep, we're just doing flips. God damn it. Oh, no. Our expensive space station was just lost because of a silly... No, it wasn't a silly mistake. I kind of saw it coming. We might want to launch this on the other rocket, although it doesn't have... It also kind of doesn't have as much gimbal authority. See, that's kind of one of the issues with this rocket. It's not got much gimbal authority. Look at this thing. It's like a ghost. We're going to hit the water, I'm guessing. That was not fun. Yep, there it goes. I'm glad that ended in a big explosion, if I'm going to be honest. The rocket doesn't want to rocket because the center of mass. That's why. I'll show you. So if we bring up the center of mass here, it is the center of mass, and which one do we want? The center of thrust, I believe. So you can see the center of mass is way above the center of thrust. So we have these three engines. These are the gimbaling engines. These are the only gimbaling engines on the entire rocket, and I don't even think they have that much gimbal. No, they have 2.5 degrees. So when you start pitching too much, the center of mass being so high starts to basically make it start leaning, and then it overcompensates or doesn't compensate enough for the lean because you're pitching so fast, and then it starts to flip, and once it starts to flip, it's basically done because you can't really stop the flip. What I'm going to do to counteract this is just turn this number up and go slower on the gimbal, hopefully. And something else I'm actually going to do to actually, let's see. Just for visual sake, I'm going to drag these down a bit because otherwise they're going to look silly when they're gimbaling. Not that I care. I really don't care. I mean, okay, maybe I care a little bit, but there we go. So those should gimbal much better. They should have more gimbal, and we're going to go slower on the pitching anyway this time. I'm not actually curious how much money we just lost. Quite a lot. Oh, wow, we lost a lot of money, actually. All right, let's not do that again.